Warning, this episode contains spoilers for 2019's Brightburn and 2025's Superman. Here at Shelf Warmers, we would like to take a moment to put a spotlight on a very important quote to deal with some very important recent news. Release the Epstein files. All of them. For those of us with nothing to fear, the truth cannot come soon enough. I hate to make this about me, but the media already has. Kevin Spacey.
Welcome back to Shelf Warmers. I'm Sam.
And I'm Andrew.
This is the podcast, if we weren't clear already, where we watch and discuss movies from roughly 2012 to 2020, also known as the pump and dump period of Hollywood. Not exactly a golden age, but definitely a time of high fertility for Tinseltown.
So fertile, in fact, that we did not see many of the movies produced, Sam. So if they're good, they're bad, or just meh, we're going to cover it all. If it's been sitting on the shelf, well, god damn it, it's time to take it down.
Fuck! Get that shit off the shelf right now.
So today we're covering Brightburn 2019.
2019, the 2019 American superhero film, if you didn't know, directed by some guy I never really heard of.
James Gunn's friend.
David Yorevsky?
Yeah. And written by a full arsenal. Brian Gunn and Mark Gunn? I mean, come on.
Brian and Mark Gunn, one of which is a brother, the other one's a cousin, I found out. Don't know which one.
I guess a cousin of a gun would be what, a bow and arrow?
The cousin? I guess it is. The cousin.
Well, I would prefer his name was Mark Bow and Arrow then, but that's also fine.
Mark Bow and Arrow. Produced by Gunn.
Gunn.
The most famous Gunn. James.
Yeah, the most famous gun behind Smith & Wesson.
Winchester. The big names. James Gunn. Is it Anna Gunn? No relation, I don't think.
From Breaking Bad.
Who are the other famous Guns?
Is there a gun from Project Runway?
Tom Gunn. Tim Gunn.
Tim Gunn. Tim Apple.
Tim Gunn. Gunderson from Fargo.
True. Real quick. 7 Degrees of Kevin Bacon.
Okay.
The Tim Apple. The 2 James Gunn.
Who's Tim Apple again?
Tim
Cook?
Tim Cook. That's what Trump called him. And now I call him Tim Apple because my brain just has associated that.
Is Tim Cook in a movie?
Well, he's produced movies probably. He's the CEO of Apple Films or whatever it's called.
All right, Tim Cook produced fucking F1.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm going to who? Bacon?
To James Gunn.
James Gunn. Oh, got it. All right, Tim Apple, presumably had something to do with Killers.
Sure.
With Leo.
He gave $300 million to an 85-year-old, yeah.
Some 85-year-old crazy person named Marty. Leo's in Wolf with Margot Robbie. Margot Robbie is in The Suicide Squad.
Yeah. Superman, obviously directed by James Gunn. It's also, Brightburn, this week's episode, is a Superman, not quite a parody, but like a take on Superman to take off. And also, this is the week of release of Fantastic Four. So, superheroes in July, they're trying a new bold strategy. Superheroes for summer movies, all releasing in a similar quarter. The summer quarter.
Is that not how it was?
No, I'm being sarcastic.
Dude, sometimes you're a good actor. And recently, you've been trying to trick me. Recently, you'll just make some dumbass shit up, and I'll be like, what?
Who's a better liar, me or the little boy from Brightburn? I was playing soccer, and they asked me to run to play, and then they started pushing me down the ground, and my shirt ripped. And don't look at my shirt.
And then the kid goes upstairs, and the dad's like, he's fucking lying.
Yeah, that's you. I'm like, yeah, they're trying to release superhero movies in the summer, and Sam's like, he's fucking lying. You don't know anything about he's an alien.
They've been doing that for years, but he's telling me it's new.
But Bernthal, he's in the teaser for the Odyssey. And yes. I started laughing when I saw him because he's so stuck into the Odysseus, who's heard stories of Odysseus? Who's heard stories of Odysseus?
He's doing the Bernthal thing where he just like
shakes his head back and forth. Yeah, but I love it. I love it. I love John Bernthal. One of my favorite working actors today. Every time I see him, he can make anything just a little bit better for me.
Easily. And he's cool that, honestly, the whole trailer is built around him.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Tom Holland crying.
Yeah. But just how next week you're going to see me go after a very famous figure, a scientist maybe. I won't spoil who, but I go after a scientist. I go after the scientific community.
You can tell the future for next week's episode?
Yeah.
Cool.
Buddy.
He's
Doc
back.
Brown. He's back.
I did like a Back to the Future thing at work today. You do a very famous Sylvester Stallone.
In honesty, when he's with my son in Crush Match, I use my son pretty much. We're like brothers.
So we're playing Rocky at the theater next week.
Yeah? What's that?
You know Rocky, right, Sly?
No. Never heard of it.
And the way you do your impressions, I
watched the video with him today and Sam Jackson. Sam Jackson's doing New Orleans King or something like that. I just been off a Tulsa King. And I just there was like 5 seconds where I had no idea what Sly was saying. And Sam Jackson was just staring at the camera, smiling. And I was like, he literally has no idea what Sly's saying to him right now.
But I just started hanging my lip out at work, and I was like, "You're telling me they built a time machine out of a DeLorean?"
Oh my god! Imagine if I was there. Instead of Michael J. Wolf, I was Michael J. Wolf. I was Marty McFly. Oh my god!
Sly, it's Fox.
Oh, I know. I know. I'm a Fox kid.
Keep punching.
Hey, keep punching.
But yes, we are releasing this episode a few weeks after Superman has debuted. Fantastic Four coming out this week. Where are we at with superhero movies?
Where are we at with superhero movies?
Yes, I mean, this is like a weird time where it's like we're in our 20s. We're not like... I'm not like jazzed up about this movie for weeks when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Like we always talk about the Age of Ultron hype, and nothing will ever touch that.
Yeah. Have I told you my theory on why I like superhero movies still, even if I don't like them? Like why I keep going back to them?
Tell it to the audience.
I think that everybody has to have their one media from childhood that like is their caveat. Like, you know, whatever it is, you always are going to enjoy it. And I was a kid who read comic books. I still read comic books. And when I was younger, I think my thing for a bit was Star Wars. And I was obsessed with Star Wars, like probably even more than I was for comic books. But I got burned so badly. And this is not me shitting on Disney Star Wars. Like, I don't really care. Like, you know, I love Andor. Andor's fantastic. I enjoyed episode 8 a lot.
You're a big show, you're a show guy.
Well, I'm not watching
Andor has an iconic episode 8?
Episode 8 of Star Wars, I'm saying.
But
of the sequel trilogy.
Am I... Oh, I thought you were saying Andor had an... I just grabbed your hand for support. I thought you were saying Andor had a really good episode 8, the same way that Twin Peaks: The Return
has a really good episode 8.
I was like, wait, like,
yeah, there's a spin-off of Andor.
You have takes on Andor episode 8?
Andor episode 8 does actually go into the creation of evil. It's like really intense. But I was so burned by Disney Star Wars, and like I watched Mandalorian, I watched the sequel trilogy. Rise of Skywalker hitting right back and forth between, I guess, that and like season 2 of Mando. Like it broke me like in a way that I don't like Star Wars anymore.
Yeah, Rise of Skywalker like killed my high.
I don't think about Star Wars. I don't like it means nothing to me now in such a confusing way because I was so obsessed with Star Wars for so long.
Jeez.
Like generally I just don't like Star Wars anymore. Like
not even the OG?
I have no desire to watch them maybe like ever again.
Are you joking?
No. Look, don't get me wrong. I will probably watch Star Wars again at some point.
I'll watch
the original trilogy and I'll fall back in love with it again. But right now, it's like it's my ex-girlfriend. Like there's no love there.
Damn.
There's no love. But so that's why I think the MCU movies, I still read comic books. I always have a soft spot for them. So you and I saw the Cat 4 was terrible. We had fun in the theater. You and I seeing it together. I missed a bunch of the recent ones. I've not watched all the shows. I didn't watch Ironheart. I didn't.
But there was a time where we were trying to watch the shows.
Oh yeah, and then COVID stopped.
And then suddenly it's
God, I do have a theory that Disney started
the coronavirus.
Disney started COVID for us to get to watch WandaVision, and I also think that Jeremy Renner died in that snowplow accident, and Disney cloned him.
A la Paul is dead.
Yeah.
Renner is dead.
Yeah. This is late night shuffle, so we're getting into conspiracy theories.
No, I'm actually glad you brought this up because we heard the story about what happened to him.
He told it on the news. That's not the same man who was crushed to death. That's his clone.
He was literally plowed.
That's Jeremy Renner number 2.
And he hasn't been as good since.
That's Renner 17.
Renner 17. We figured it out.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, I mean, Brightburn. The movie we're talking about today. It is kind of like this revisionist superhero movie. Not to say that this is like The Unforgiven of superhero movies.
Yeah.
But it's like I found it actually very refreshing.
Oh, absolutely. Because it's not a superhero movie. It's a horror movie.
It is very hard and it's horrifying.
Yeah, it's scary.
But especially after watching like 3 seasons of The Boys, which kind of strikes similar itches.
Because it's not trying to be like a satirical.
Yeah. That's very focused on like what's happening in our world.
Yeah.
Where this was just like fucked up.
Because the
kind of playing in the Superman myth. It's really treating like not dissimilar to the Lone Ranger or John Carter. Like it's taking this hero that we know and kind of just twisting it just enough, really.
Yeah, because the thing I said to you over text today was, this is the Superman story, but for the generation that had like school shooting drills, which I genuinely believe that there is a creepiness to this kid that is echoed like in like the Columbine kids, and not to be like, and not to sound, I'm not trying to bully anybody, but there were kids in high school who had school shooter vibes, and that's not like me putting them down. I'm not saying
that's a phrase that we have in our vernacular.
That was like that's a genuine fear some people had.
Yeah,
like we had the drills every couple weeks or whatever. So that was something that was on our minds. So when the kid was creepy and like wore the backpack and the hoodie, like in a weird way, you're like, oh, is he gonna shoot me to death? And this kid in Brightburn has that. He gives me that same sinking feeling in my gut that like doing a lockdown or doing a lockdown drill does too.
You have Peter Parker, you have Clark Kent, and in Brightburn you have Brandon Breyer.
Yeah.
Another kind of alliteration, same sounding name.
Yeah.
It's like
Andrew Alexander?
Wait. Holy shit. But he is kind of spooky in this. And he's this young boy. It's the Superman story. You know, he's from space. He develops these powers, only he's using them with dark intentions. It has the same kind of motifs of the Superman origin. The childless couple on the farm. Yeah. And it kind of, throughout the film, there's like similar color palette as Superman. Like he has like a red cape. He has like blue shirts. Like he's playing with like the primary colors. But it gets really kind of scary. Jackson Dunn plays the kid.
He's good.
He is good. I mean, he's holding a lot of the movie, obviously.
Yeah, and there's also like kind of like a neurodivergent, I would say, reading on him too. Like even with like his headphones and like I never thought about that. The fact like somebody like Superman would be hearing all these sounds at once, would be hyper aware of everything. And there is kind of a neurodivergent kind of take on this kid who's like an outcast, doesn't really know how to fit in quite well. He's like hypersensitive to a lot of things.
Yeah.
And he has like this gift or ability, which I know that's oftentimes like that like, you know, like the take in a movie. It's like, oh, he's neurodivergent, he's special. it's interesting then to flip that and kind of pull that into like also like the violence of America. Think about it, Superman comes in from the 70s. I'm talking about the modern movie version of Superman. You kind of think like 70s, like the Donner films.
Kind of taking the country out of the Watergate Vietnam era.
Yeah.
And having like some hope, which takes you into the 80s, which is basically like propaganda movies in the 80s.
Yeah. But you see
it's
this.
Similarly reflective.
And you see this from 2019, right before COVID. It's in the first Trump administration. It's dark.
Trump won.
It's violent. It's like sad and sadistic. So it's like not. It's like oh okay, like you see Superman like lands in Smallville in the 70s, it's economic, it's hopeful, like there's a boom, like he's happy, it's green. Here it's like this is like after like 3 financial crashes. This is like a depressed, a dark time for this kid to become a hero. If he doesn't become a hero.
And the movie itself, Brightburn, maybe because it is so dark, there's a reason it's on the shelf warming up. It's like it comes out in this era that is so heavily dominated by the big DC films, the big Marvel movies. It kind of gets lost in the shuffle. And I think we both kind of feel the same, where it's like it's kind of a shame. Like, this movie's cool.
Well, because this also came out the same year as Avengers Endgame, and
yes,
I think there was
the culmination of everything.
Yeah, I think there also was kind of like a thought for superhero movies at this time that they shouldn't be in the vein of Zack Snyder, and they shouldn't be like super long and dark and gritty and violent. We want all of our heroes to be happy and making quips. And that was not the tone that was set. So just come out, we're like, well, we don't want to see our superhero be mean and be violent and be a killer.
Right. It was maybe a bit too much, but your kids are going to love it.
Second Back to the Future reference. Sam, real quick. Yeah. Do you know when this movie came out?
I know it came out in 2019. I don't know when or what else came out.
May 24th, 2019, which I believe was the same month
Memorial Day?
Yeah, which was the same month as Endgame, I believe.
Yes, yeah. May 19.
So this opened against 2 movies in theaters that I saw, both of them. I think one is good, one is fine. But one is fine in such an odd way. Do you know what they are? And do you want a hint?
There's 2?
Yeah.
In addition to Brightburn?
Yeah. I'll give you hints of that. One's a Disney live action remake, and one is I would say the most beloved comedy, one of the most beloved comedies of the last 10 years.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Lion King for the Disney?
Nope.
When did Lion King come out?
That was also 2019, but that was summer.
Lion King and this movie came out the same year?
Yep.
Same summer?
Yeah.
Oh, Shitty Aladdin?
Yep, Shitty Aladdin.
Which made $1 billion or whatever.
And the reason I say it's fine is because I think Will Smith is good as the genie, and I think the lead's good as Aladdin. Mena Massoud, I believe his name is.
Okay.
If that's wrong, then cut that.
Naomi Scott?
Yes.
As
Princess
Jasmine?
Jasmine. And I think it's like competent and fine because it's a Guy Ritchie movie. So it's like
Guy Ritchie made Aladdin.
Guy Ritchie directed Aladdin.
Is Aladdin a shelf warmer?
I'm interested in revisiting it. But wait. But he was in it and really good? Nasim Pedrod's in that.
Oh, from SNL?
Yeah, and she's good.
Cool. And the other one is a comedy, the biggest comedy from the last 10 years.
Made a lot of money. It's very well liked.
Shit.
But I think now it kind of has like a kind of an air to it. Like, oh, is that really that good?
Booksmart.
Yes. Yeah.
Which is probably not as funny as we remember.
No, but there's an actor who's in Booksmart that's in Superman that is really fucking funny in both those movies. Skylar Gisondo.
Oh, yes. He's great.
He's really funny.
I mean, he's hilarious. I just rewatched Licorice Pizza.
Oh.
He's so good.
He's so good at playing like charming. And I'm like, I guess he's so good at like, and not saying that he's ugly in any capacity, but he is so good at convincing you that he's the sexiest man alive, which is like a really interesting kind of like trick he has.
Yeah.
You're like, oh look, like totally, yeah, like he's hot. I believe you.
He's just so good in Licorice Pizza when he's on the plane and he walks up to them and he's like, "Oh, how is it up here? Or how is it back here?"
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, they have steak back here? Okay, good. He's like just like such a douchebag.
He's really funny too. During the scene where she brings him home for dinner,
Yes.
and he won't say grace, right?
He's like, "I'm actually agnostic." But the film opens. We meet our Ma, Pa, Kent equivalents with Roy from The Office,
Yeah,
who's David Denman. That's his name.
he's good. He's in a lot of things.
Yeah.
When I see him in something, I'm like,
He's that guy.
yeah.
And Elizabeth Banks.
Who's really good in this?
I didn't even know she was in the movie. It starts. I'm like, is that Elizabeth Banks? And
Well,
she's in the whole movie.
She's in Slither. You know that?
I did read that when I was.
So her and Gunn are old friends.
Yeah, and they're the Briars, and they're like totally trying to bang in this first scene, and it's like a slow pan on all these like pregnancy books and fertility books. They're in their pump and dump period as a couple.
See, when you say like in that context, yeah,
You
like,
wrote
it does
the
sound
intro,
kind of gross.
man. You
Yeah, like it
wrote
does sound kind of
this.
gross. Yeah.
But then all of a sudden, like the house shakes and the lights flicker. And then we get this cool, like 2006, like archival opening sequence,
Oh yeah.
which I think it's a little cheesy, but it's done well.
I don't know about you too, but that first shot of like them seeing the spacecraft land, and it's like the red kind of glow out in the field, like it kind of gave me chills a little bit.
Do we see that in the very beginning, or is
Yeah.
that only later?
No, you see it from a distance in the beginning because it lands and the house goes dark, and then they look out the window.
It is honestly the movie. I feel bad. I watched it in the morning.
I watched it in the morning too.
I wish I had watched it at night.
Yeah.
I
so
wish
be
I
a little
watched it
scared.
alone at night
Be a little
and be a little scared, but it was with my grandma and my twin.
because it is a lot of house horror.
Yeah.
It's a guy in a house.
But then we get this like archival opening, which kind of brings me back to Superman.
Yeah, which has the same thing.
It does not do the same thing.
Well, no, I mean, but it
has
using
that
archive-
2000s
yeah.
like 90 archival thing, but in Superman, it's fucking ridiculous. He's swiveling on a bed and he's smiling and he's like,
It's a great
this is
idea.
great.
It's just executed strangely.
and it's like this collage of all his memories, and he's like, show me my parents.
Here's what I'll say.
Let's get into fucking Superman 2025.
I will say this really quick too for Superman. Is that I am adopted, and I never thought about that in terms of relations like the Clark Kent. But my mother saw Superman over the weekend, and she cried at the end. She cried when it's this moment of this guy who rejects whatever is his blood, but he sees his real parents, and those are his real parents. There's nothing else. And my mom, she cried. Wow. So shout out to my mother. She sent me a very nice text about it, and then I was like, I didn't even think about that.
That's like when you text a comic book, like a real comic book person, and you're like, oh my god, like, did you see Superman? Like, it really makes you think about like Ukraine and Gaza and the immigration crisis we're having in our country right now. And they're like, what? He was just wearing a cape. He was flying around. What are you talking about?
What do you mean? Huh?
Metamorpho.
Yeah.
He's a head with squiggly lines. What are you talking about?
Anthony Kerrigan, have you seen Barry?
I saw Barry. Barry was good. It's like, what? But I guess I feel bad now, but it's a sweet moment.
No, yeah. I agree. My stepfather said my mom's new favorite movie because it has an adopted child and also a dog in it.
What do you think of Crypto?
Uh,
Deus Ex Crypto.
Maybe a little too much Crypto, but I really love the scene when Superman, which also kind of ties into Brightburn, when Superman shows up at Lex's office and he kicks the door down and where's the dog, Luther? And Michael Ian Black's in this movie, which I really like.
He's good.
Yeah.
As like
and,
the Tucker Carlson
Yeah.
guy.
And Luther is just like a stupid dog in a little cave or whatever. Like it's so.
What did you say?
Yeah. And I like seeing that rage in Superman.
He has rage. Luther has rage. They're both extremely emotional and upset.
Yeah.
And they both cry in the film.
Yeah. I do like seeing this as a double feature. Obviously, there's obviously, it is the direct parallel of this is a Superman like takeoff, as you said, and it's an actual Superman movie.
And produced by James Gunn. Written by his family. It's like
there are a lot of parallels, but it's interesting to see the two sides of this because I think this is a movie that would have been made fun of more like 10 years ago. Like this came out 10 years ago and it was like so earnest and like, because I don't think the earnesty always works in the movie.
But Superman came out.
Yes.
Not Brightburn.
No. I think if Superman came out 10 years ago, people would be like, this movie's so stupid. And then like, and I like earnest. I think I'm a very earnest person. I just say whatever I feel, which doesn't necessarily mean earnesty, but I mean like that. I
take the beginning of the show, for example.
Yeah, beginning of the show.
Release the Epstein files.
I just like to say what I mean, and I like to tell people how much I love them and how much I care about them, and that is something that I just like believe in. And even if it doesn't always work, I prefer movies like that, just wear their heart in their chest. I don't want shit that's cynical. Like that's like it's so boring to me to be cynical at this point. And this movie is not cynical either. A Brightburn. So let me saying Brightburn is cynical. I think Brightburn is nihilistic, which is different than cynical.
Correct. There is a difference.
What are your thoughts on Superman? I feel like you didn't really say anything.
I like it less the more I think about it. But in the theater, in IMAX, I was like, this is good. But there wasn't like, when I walked away from it, it wasn't like there was a scene where I was like, whoa, that scene. Like you were mentioning the cinematography before I saw it. And I was like, yeah, it does look... It looks like TV, but which is not
more
bad.
Like the visual. It's more the visual effects scenes, I think.
Yeah, the visual
look worse.
But that's a lot of the scenes.
Yeah, it's a little too much of that.
The CGI, the portals, and it's just like I get. It's one of those things where it's like I get it. I get why people like it. It's fun. It's earnest. It's just like not. It doesn't really excite me.
No, sure.
If I watched this movie when I was like 9, 10, I would have been like, fuck, like Superman. And I'm not saying it's like
me a baby?
For kids. I'm just saying like personally in my current moment, I'm not looking to this movie and being like, oh wow. Like I was more inspired and excited by Brightburn.
Sure.
I was like,
sure.
Oh, like maybe because it is like lower budget and I'm like, oh, like we could do something like Brightburn, like if we, because it's like 6 characters, it's like 4 locations. Superman's like they're incorporating all these characters, like it definitely is more similar to like a comic book,
sure,
which I don't have as much relation to.
And this is also something I was thinking about when I watched Superman. I went home and I rewatched a couple episodes of Justice League Unlimited.
Great show.
And I started thinking about the Justice League, the stories or comic book events that I would want to write. So I was inspired not in a film sense. Like, I mean, like Gunn's a good writer. I still don't think he's the best director. I think he can hit those moments, but visually he struggles sometimes.
Well, I also think his 3 Guardians movies and the Suicide Squad are all a tier above.
Oh,
Superman.
Absolutely. I actually think Suicide Squad looks really good.
Yeah. And we love Guardians too. The visuals,
which like looks insane, but like in a good way.
It's like a 70s movie.
Yeah,
it's cool.
But I was inspired by Superman to write comics. And I was inspired by Superman to feel like, I would love to do a Justice League show again.
I think that,
but not in a film sense. Was I inspired by that?
Yeah, as a movie, I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, and the earnesty,
and they use the Williams score, and I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing?
I don't like that because I think actually it is a good score. And it doesn't need the Williams score.
But I also wish it did more of the James Gunn stuff. It does that one long take to the song when Lois Lane's in the bubble.
Oh yeah, with Mr. Terrific, yeah,
which is like classic Gunn.
Yeah,
And on
But I
one
think
hand,
that was him-
I'm like, I don't want to have that all over the place because we've seen
That
it.
was him showing restraint, I think.
Maybe.
There's
But
kind
once
of-
you take away his tricks, it's like, what are you left with Gunn?
which I think that's when his writing comes in. Like I think like Lois Lane, like when she interviews Superman's a great example of gun writing.
Yeah.
I think like all the Justice Gang stuff is really good. I think the Luthor speech at the end and Superman's speech are very good examples of gun writing.
Yeah, I loved all the characterizations and almost every performance. I was like, this is good. But like, it's just they're put in the story that I'm just like,
Yeah,
okay.
and that's an interesting question too. It's like I like stuff that feels like the Justice League Unlimited thing that I was talking about. Like I like something that feels like an episode of that. Like I just watched the one where a Flash he swaps brains with Lex Luthor.
Yes, that's a great one.
It's a great one. It's a great episode. I like stuff like that.
I would love to go back and just rewatch a few of those episodes.
It's fun. I did the other night. I was saying after I saw Superman, but does making something silly and zany in like a comic book translate to film? Because I don't think it's what Marvel's doing.
Clearly,
I think Marvel's failing.
Clearly, it's working.
Yeah.
Although it didn't make as much money as it could have.
No.
What it
But I
make,
think it will end up making. I think it will do the same number as Guardians too. I think it'll be like 800 to 850 probably, but it's not cracking $1 billion.
it's terrible.
Well, I also think we're just I think we're also just
No, it's not the movie. It's not the movie's fault. It's just
past the time where things make $1 billion. I saw the Lilo and Stitch just made $1 billion, and that's probably gonna be
what?
Yeah, that's the only
crazy.
movie of 2025 that has made $1 billion.
I mean, it'd be nice if Sinners made $1 billion. Not
No,
gonna
it
happen.
made like 400 million. Sinners.
Just that's it.
Yeah, but it also cost like 50 million, or less than that. So it made $300 million in profit.
Do you think the PTA movie is gonna make $1 billion?
No, but that new trailer was great. The new trailer was great.
Better trailer.
I think the only other movie that's going to cross $1 billion this year is Avatar: Fire and Ash.
That comes out this year.
Yep, comes out December. So Brightburn.
So Brightburn. I mean, the movie made 33 million against a 6 to 12 million budget.
So it made money.
Pretty good.
It didn't make a ton of money.
Good. Came out 6 years ago.
I will say they do use their budget well.
Yes.
They probably saved a lot on VFX by being in 3 locations for like most of the movie.
And the effects that need to be practical they look good.
Yeah.
Some of it looks a little jank with the digital, but overall, really freaking good. And I was I have no memory of this movie really coming out. I remember the name. I remember it being like, kind of like a Superman thing.
I knew about it more, I think, because James Gunn was on his way to Comic-Con to talk about this movie when he got fired from Disney.
There's also that whole read on Superman.
Oh yeah, you mean a nice guy who gets canceled by the world, and his friend Nathan Fillion he comes in and kind of defends him.
Yeah. But yeah, he doesn't make it to the Hall H or wherever.
No, because then he leaves because he's like, I need to figure out like what's happening, and it all goes to shit from there. So I do wonder if he like if that hadn't happened, this movie would have done better. Like if he was more like the face behind it, like from the director of Guardians of the Galaxy, like would that have gotten?
Well, it was
more
funny
butts in
because
the
I went
seats?
back and I rewatched the trailer, and the trailer like plays it very straight in the beginning. It's like it looks like a Superman movie, and it kind of has like the Nolan text in between. It's like this summer, like it has the whole Kansas shots from the movie, but it looks like Man of Steel.
Yeah.
And then it like switches. And when it switches, and when you're watching the movie, it's just like, oh my God, like this is really freaking cool.
Yeah. And I like how I do really enjoy how from the start you feel the horror. You feel like something's off with this kid.
Yeah.
Like how he plays hide and seek with his mom and his goal is to scare her.
Spooky.
Yeah, it's like I was watching. I was like, "Oh, this is straight up like a horror movie. Like this could be a jump scare." And I was like, "Oh, that's kind of interesting that they're not even trying to do like the from early on. Like, oh, he's just a sweet kid." And I thought originally,
there's something off.
and I thought originally that it was he turned evil from the ship, which I don't think is true. I think he was just
Going through puberty.
he's born evil. I think
Yeah.
because then you see him and he has like his nudie mags under that. It's just like just pictures of guts.
Spooky.
Yeah.
So he's like 10, 12, I don't know. And probably 12.
He's 12.
And the parents
He's 12.
the parents are just like dealing. It's really just a story about being a parent and dealing with your kid as they grow and kind of discover who they are. And they find like, these swimsuit magazines under his bed. And you're kind of like, oh, like that's kind of funny. But then like, it's like swimsuit model, diagram of the human body. Then it's like actual images of guts and body parts. And it's just like, what the fuck? And it's honestly never even really explained after that.
Yeah.
And it's just like, what a weird
He's a
kid.
sick kid, yeah.
Really weird. How does it start? Well, first they find the weird pictures under the bed. Then he goes out hunting with his dad.
Yeah, because his dad wants to give him like a sex talk because of the pictures.
He's like, it's okay, for you to feel that way.
For you to
Act on those urges.
Act on your urges, play with your penis. And he's like, right now?
Yeah, that was weird. Like, there's so many weird movie to watch with my grandma. I can't lie.
Well, but I do like that. Like I said, like earlier, there's like we are in the era of violence and porn, and there's like he's the worst parts of American culture.
That's true.
It's interesting, like to see an alien who would grow up in like the 80s and like even if the Reagan times were bad, he's not seeing that in Kansas. Like he's seeing like a depression. So it's like he's getting all the worst parts of American life and culture and the hate that grows in the 2010s even more outwardly. He's getting all of that.
It's really...
So he doesn't know what to make of this.
Yeah. And then somewhere around there, he's like... His dad's like, all right, I'm going to leave you. Like, go ahead and mow the lawn. Or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like trying to jumpstart the lawnmower. He like rips the cord. He's like pulling it. It's like not working. And then he like fucking chucks the lawnmower half a mile away.
And then puts his hand to the blade.
And the blade's like, vroom, 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 and he's like, and he's invincible. And the blade cracks.
Yeah, he was just doing that for fun. Like he knew that already, I think.
Yeah, because
they say he's never been cut.
The night before he, I guess he was like sleepwalking. And he was like speaking some weird tongue. And he was like banging on the barn because hidden inside the barn is like the spaceship that he came in. And he has no idea where he came from until later.
He was just told he was adopted.
Yeah. And his mom's like talking to the dad. And she's like, he was out in the barn last night. And he's like, did he find it? And she's like, no, I didn't find it. But it's weird. And she like defends him the whole movie, which basically leads to her demise.
Yeah, which also then like reminds me, like I know I'm getting stuck on like the school shooting aspect, but it reminds me of the parents who were like, he had no signs of this, like we just gave him his first gun, but like he was a sweet kid, I promise. Like there's like a defense of the antagonist that is like always kind of interesting there. Like nobody can. Like, because, like, she knows he's an alien, but she still cannot see past that. Like, because, like, he's her baby.
And it is kind of cool when you think about it like that.
It's also cool to set it on a farm, too. It makes you think of, like, Texas Chainsaw a little bit. And, like, the horror, there is something that is, like, just, especially because us city boys, there is something inherently kind of, like, scary about a farm.
Yeah, it's quiet. It's dark. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, but after he talks to his dad about his urges, he goes to the girl's room and like scares the shit out of her and like stalks her.
He's like he can fly. He's Superman.
He's Superman.
He's like floating outside the window and the girl like gets so freaked the fuck out. her computer starts playing some like old. I don't think it's Elvis, but it's like an Elvis type song.
Yeah.
It's like a romance song, and she slams down the laptop, and then she walks away, and the laptop opens up again and plays the song. She slams it down again. She looks out the window. The curtains are like blowing, and she just looks so terrified. And you really at that, especially because the scene that comes before is the dad like act on your urges. Like I was like, where the fuck is this movie going? And she like freaks out, and the mom comes in, and she's like, there was someone outside my window, like Brandon Breyer was outside my window. Like she says his name.
Yeah.
And at that point I was like, this kid's fucked.
Yeah. And then next scene, they're on the track in school, and the coach is played by the guy who played the Otis in Superman.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Because I was like,
that.
Well, I watched it. I was watching. I was like, "Am I just like going crazy right now?" Because I just watched Superman.
Yeah,
the
no,
day
yeah,
before.
that was him. And he gets shoved down by the girl because she's afraid of him, and then she puts her hand out.
She's like, "Ew!" Stumbles back,
and he grabs her hand and just squeezes so hard that it like gets crushes it. Yeah,
and they show it.
And
that's
it looks
a good
gross.
effect.
Yeah. Gross and scary. And then the mom's like rightfully like, your kid is a psycho.
Yeah.
But she kind of goes too far though, so it's like,
yeah, she's like really upset about
it's like you're calling him out, but then like you're attacking the fact he's adopted. It's like lady, you're being a bitch, but like you're right, but because you're being a bitch,
please be a little nicer to the kid. So then
she's like his inbred family wherever he's from.
Yeah, we get to the scene which to me it kind of hooked me, where I was like, okay, this movie's gonna be really good. And I kept waiting for like the movie to just drop, because these movies always get to a point where it's like, oh my god, this is jump the shark. Like,
sure,
I thought for sure it would just blow it at the end, but I think it's pretty much consistently great.
Yeah,
through to the end. And there's this scene where we find out that the girl's mom, whose hand was crushed by Brandon, she works at this diner.
Yeah.
And
I don't think it's for his birthday. He's given a gun, but his dad feels he's too young at this diner, and he freaks out and slams the table, and the whole building shakes.
Yeah, he like freaks out on his dad. His dad is like keyed in from the beginning, like
something's wrong. Like,
this kid he looks like us, but this kid is an alien. Like, he came in a little ship.
Yeah.
And he's freaking me the fuck out right now. And the mom's like, no, he's our baby. And it's sad. And I think Elizabeth Banks does give it some legitimacy.
I forgot she was this good. Like, what has she done in the last 10 years?
My only really like relationship with her is like fucking Pitch Perfect. I'm trying to think what else.
Modern Family. She's a recurring character on that. Is she in 40-Year-Old Virgin? She's in one of the 2000 comedies that I'm blanking on. We can find out too.
I feel like she's also in like big movies that we're not thinking.
She's in the Spider-Man trilogy.
Kind of unrecognizable.
Yeah, because she's the brown hair. She's in Wet Hot American Summer. Well, that's probably what I know her from. Oh, and Hunger Games.
Duh. We're so dumb.
She's in Role Models and Zack and Miri Make a Porno. So she was in that era too. In Wet Hot American Summer, which she's really, really funny in Wet Hot American Summer.
And the internet is telling me she's in future shelf warmer, The Happy Time Murders.
Oh, I would love to cover that. She's made a bunch of shelf warmers too.
Shelf warmer.
She made
nominee.
She's in Power Rangers, which is a shelf warmer.
Oof.
She's in movie 43 shelf warmer. Love and Mercy shelf warmer. So she's in a bunch. And she directed Charlie's Angels, which is probably a shelf warmer too.
Yes. She does. Excuse me. She does have like this whole directing career, which is kind of cool.
She's made 3 movies and none of them have been good. Is that fair to say? Pitch Perfect 2.
Yeah, we have a
Cocaine
sequel.
Bear in Charlie's Angels.
Yeah, Cocaine Bear, which had its little moment. Was that COVID? Pre-COVID? When was that? That was
During COVID. Right around that era.
Yeah.
But she's great. I mean, obviously this cast is very, very good. It's also Matt Jones,
Badger
from Breaking Bad, and like Meredith Hager, who's in Search Party. She's married to Wyatt Russell, actually. But she pops up. She's like in Palm Springs. Like she pops up in a lot of things, and she's like just really, really good always.
It's a tight cast. And the lady who plays the mom of the girl whose hand gets crushed is good.
Yeah. And there's like that random sheriff's deputy who's in like 3 scenes. Yeah. She gets a big moment at the end. I was like, wow, like a lot of like really good just one scene performers.
Yeah. But the first kind of like, oh shit scene happens in this diner where basically Brandon is pissed off at the mom. He's just upset. And that's how he like lashes out in this movie. And she's alone in the diner. She's closing. And how does it start? There's like, he like does these sketches in his notebook. And it's like 2 B's back to back. And it looks like this weird symbol.
All right, dumbass. Don't make it your first and last initial.
Brightburn. Also, Brightburn's like the town?
Yeah, it's a town. And his name is...
And that's his
Stevie.
Yeah. But basically, the light starts flickering. And she tilts her head up at these fluorescent tubes. And the tubes smash and shatter because he has like telepathy or something.
Yeah.
And one glass shard gets in her fucking eye. And she pulls it.
Oh, it's so gruesome.
And I was
like a Final Destination moment.
I was like, this is gnarly. Like, this is like early gun.
Yeah.
You know? Slither. And it just like bleeds so much. They show it. They have, you know, good sound design. Like, it's like so gross.
And then she pulls it out and like just like one line of blood just like shoots out of her eye.
Oh, it's so nasty. And then they go to, it's kind of hokey, but you kind of go with it because the movie's fun. Half the screen is bloody. Yeah. And you kind of see him floating around in like this red hood and red cape. Yeah. And he's just like so fucking creepy.
And you know what? You know what? It's a cool shot. Sure, it's hokey, but I appreciate them actually, you know, trying for something cool.
And you're like, oh god. And it does obscure it. It makes it look scarier. And then she goes into the freezer and she locks the door. Vision. And then the heat vision like splits the door open. It's just a really good scene.
Yeah, and I think that's just kind of the perfect example of like taking something we've seen now, and at this point it was 6 Superman movies, and just reinventing it.
Yeah,
it's not hard to imagine, but the feeling of feeling so powerless, which I guess is what makes it so scary. Because you think about like, you know, like Freddy Krueger or Jason, that's like most times they lose, and there's kind of like a okay, they're still a man. But Superman, it's kind of the Batman argument in BVS, like what happens if he snaps? We are all dead.
Yeah,
and I kind of had that thought with the cops show up. I'm like, nobody's getting us alive. He can just kill any single thing he wants to.
Well, earlier
he's almighty.
Earlier in the film, he has like this motto that he chants in this alien language, and it's like, it says like at first it's like, it's all gibberish, and then it's like, take the girl.
Yeah.
And I'm like, girl? He's saying girl? And then he's like, take the world.
Yeah.
Take the world.
which is also like does tie into Superman 2 in 2025. Spoiler warning. I realize I never said that. But it's like
we'll put that
like a brand new movie.
The opening quote.
Yeah. Here's it clean.
Warning. This episode contains spoilers for 2019's Brightburn and 2025's Superman.
You like that? Yeah, but you see the idea that what if Superman was not sent here for noble intentions, but he chose to be good, which is like the opposite of this in Brightburn. He was sent for bad intentions and he chose to be bad.
Yeah, it's awesome, and it kind of just keeps escalating.
Yeah, once the train leaves the station, there's no stopping. he just embraces like this evilness inside of him. And once again, a kid, I don't know his name.
Brandon?
Brandon.
Jackson Dunn.
Jackson Dunn. Really, really good in playing that creepiness. Like almost reminds me of like Paul Dano's performance in Prisoners a little bit.
Kind of aloof. But like you said, we meet his aunt and uncle at the birthday dinner. The aunt is also like the school counselor.
Yeah.
And there's this whole thing where she's like, I have to talk to the sheriff tomorrow. Like, because you broke this girl's hand. And I have to tell him how you're doing mentally. And he's like, oh, okay. So then later that night, he shows up at the house. And, you know, he's creeping outside. She kind of freaks out. She goes to the door and it's him. And she's like, Brandon, what the fuck? Like,
yeah, even she's like, this is strange.
He's like, you really shouldn't talk to the sheriff tomorrow.
I also like that he, as soon as he realizes how powerful he is, he loses all sense of humanity. There's no empathy in him anymore. So when he's like, when he has to talk to her to the end in the therapy appointment, he can't even like fake empathy.
But there is like this weird like alter ego thing where when he's with his parents, he's trying. Part of me read it as him genuinely kind of like having this split personality thing.
Yeah, he's genuinely shocked when later in the movie his dad tries to kill him.
Yeah,
like it was like he never considered hurting his parents like that, really. Because even when he at one point he pushes his dad and he fights him like kind of like two various points. He's not upset with his dad because his dad's an aunt to him.
Yeah, his dad is no threat. But he kind of creeps around his aunt's place. She gets scared. She's like, "Go home, like get away."
Yeah, like she does a really good job of being like, "This is weird." Like,
and as that happens, her husband comes home from the bar drunk.
Yeah, and like sees him in the closet, which is like scary.
Yeah, and he's like, "What the?" He's a little bit more intense. He's like, "What the fuck? Like, I'm taking you home now, Brandon." Yeah. Like, he's like, "Please don't tell my parents. Please don't tell my parents." And he's like, "That's the least of your worries. Like, me telling your parents."
Ooh,
you probably shouldn't have done that.
You probably shouldn't have said that.
And he fucking kills him in the most brutal, awesome way.
Yeah.
He's driving in his pickup truck and he chucks him against the garage.
Yeah.
I forget if he pushes him or if he uses his mind.
But he shows him a little bit of force.
And he the Badger from Breaking Bad is really shook and he drives away, leaving his wife inside, which I thought was weird.
Yeah, that was strange too.
He's driving down this country road, again, in the rural parts of the country, which scare us. And he flips the truck up and it slams it down. And you're just like,
yeah,
holy shit. But
that will feature too with Zoolander.
And yeah, right. And this is the best fucking part. When he walks up to him in the truck.
His jaw's hanging off. CGI.
Oh my God. And he's just holding his jaw, spitting up blood.
Yeah.
Looking at his nephew, who's so insane.
Yeah. Who literally one day ago, he was giving a gun to. But I think that is what I'm talking about, the school shooting.
You're right. Yeah. You're right.
One day ago, he trusted him holding a gun, and now he's committing this act of violence.
And he takes off his mask, or maybe in some other scene. He just
looks there, I think.
Scary.
And then from there, it just kind of keeps going. His dad freaks out. His dad finds the shirt that has his uncle's blood on it. Because he knows he had something to do because he was caught in a lie. The aunt tells them that he was over the house. And the dad's in his face. He's like, he was my friend.
Yeah. The dad's kind of wakes up fully. And he's like, this kid needs to be taken care of. So then the next day he kind of takes him on a hunting trip. And that's where he almost shoots his son. Where he's kind of oh, what's that over there? And has the rifle pointed at the kid. And pulls the trigger, but obviously he's a little Superman, so the bullet ricochets off his head. And he kind of just looks confused, the kid. And he kind of turns his head and he's like, what? Did you just do that?
Yeah.
And the dad like fumbles and tries to shoot him again. And dad gets killed.
Dad gets killed, and then when this happened, I was like, okay,
Also,
like, dad gets killed.
this movie's a beautiful 90 minutes.
Without credits, it's 85. Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, so dad got killed. Mom will be fine then.
Yes.
They're not going to pull that punch. The
Truly surprising, unexpected ending.
Yeah. You think that she's going to kill him because he can only get hurt from the ship.
Yeah, earlier it's set up because he's like levitating above his ship in the barn. And something breaks his trance and he falls and he cuts his hand on the ship that he came in.
Yeah. And you think that, okay, because in the movie they're kind of in the barn again, like how it starts, and you think she's going to get the heroic moment where she stabs him in the back and she holds her son.
There actually is like a groaning worth moment where she's like, she stands outside as the son's like trying to kill her. And she's like, it cut him. It cut him. Like she says it out loud.
Yeah.
And she kind of runs to the barn after falling out of the window. And that must be after the cops show up at the house and the cops just get destroyed. There's two really gory stuff with the eyeball and the jaw.
Yeah.
The cop, he just flies by and there's like it's a poof of blood.
Yeah.
Like boom, and like the sound design, like the weight of him flying is really good. So the two cops get picked off.
And it's just a mom and son, which I really like.
Yeah.
Because it once again is testing this, like it's almost like it's just like one is testing like a mother's love, but like I really like the idea of like she's been in denial this whole time. She's finally woken up. She sees her son for truly how he is, and she has to make that decision of he's my baby, but can I kill him? And she does, or she tries to.
She has the shard of the ship and she's about to stab him, and I guess he like catches it or whatever.
Yeah, like stops her hand, and then he flies her up. So she gets all like hit in the face too, like from the roof, because she goes to the roof.
Yeah, so by the time that he grabs her and brings her up to like the atmosphere, she looks fucked up.
She's beaten up, like she's all cut up and bloody.
Oh.
Yeah, and then they float together there for a minute.
Yeah,
and she still loves him even through all of it, because even though she knows what's happening, she still loves him. And then he just drops her. And it's this horrifying shot.
Her plummeting,
and it cuts back to him in the wide of him just floating there.
And then there's an airplane in the distance coming towards him, and he just looks at it. And at first I'm like, is this gonna do some damage to him? And then it's like cut to the next morning. It looks like lost. Like parts of the plane are all over the farmhouse. And then the movie just like ends very quickly after that.
He's just eating a Chips Ahoy
and there's just like this awesome like string of like newscasts, like
Rooker.
Rooker shows up. Awesome.
It did seem like they were trying to set up like an evil version of the Justice League. There's a fish man, there's a girl that attacks people with a rope.
Well, they kind of plant the seeds, I found out, because they say something about like a girl with a robotic arm.
Oh, do they?
Which is supposed to be the girl whose hand gets broken.
Oh, really?
She becomes like this cyborg.
Oh, she becomes like a villain too?
Yeah. And apparently Rainn Wilson's character from Super is referenced in that end bit.
Oh, really?
So it's...
Super's not good, is my take. I do not like Super. I also... Oh, this might be on your slate too, so I'll hold off.
Yeah, so these are my Brightburn slate recommendations, which are these kind of super-ish films.
Yeah.
So we've got 2000's M. Night Shyamalan, Unbreakable, which I think Bash dressed as Unbreakable for Halloween.
Our producer Bash.
And kind of predates the superhero era, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, absolutely. What it's the same year as X-Men?
Yeah, 2000. Super, which we referenced, which kind of ties into the James Gunn produced. He directed Super, produced Brightburn, goes on to make Superman.
Yeah.
Not many people get to helm a Superman film, which is pretty cool.
No, he's a select few.
Yeah. And the last one I have here is a film I really love, 2012's Chronicle,
Mm,
which is
absolutely.
definitely school shooter vibe
Absolutely.
era, which uses found footage in a cool way and also has fucked up Dane DeHaan at the center of it.
It's also more interesting, I think, it's more interesting for Brightburn, I think, that they chose to make him 12 versus like 17.
Right, then it's like too much on the nose.
So Sam, before we kind of give our final thoughts on the movie,
Yeah.
and we give our determinations on if it should stay on the shelf or not, I wanted to do a little segment for you, okay? We're going back to our roots. This one is a quiz, but has an introduction. Okay?
Quizzes are back, baby.
Quizzes are back. For the audience at home and for Sam, I love to give quizzes, okay? Here's the introduction. On July 28th, 2007, the USA show Burn Notice had its premiere. This show, featuring Jeffrey Donovan, Gabrielle Anwar, and Bruce Campbell, centers on Michael Weston, a former spy who loses his connections and is put onto the Burn Notice list. Airing on USA Channel for 111 episodes and 7 seasons, Burn Notice would go on to become a basic cable hit. Almost 11 years to the T, in July of 2018, James Gunn was flying to San Diego Comic-Con to participate in a panel for the film he helped produce and give some notes on, Brightburn. Earlier in the month, he had publicly called out Roseanne Barr for her racist remark against Valerie Janet.
Yeah.
Quickly, he was jumped on by alt-right Twitter and fired off Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, not unlike Roseanne was fired off her own show. Later, obviously, he would be rehired and brought back to the MCU with Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. So, James Gunn himself was placed on a burn notice, as well as his project, Brightburn, which failed to create much box office return and cultural relevancy. Another project that failed to create some cultural relevancy, the Max Landis written film about a fairy tale and a cop and an orc called Bright, a concept that the piece of shit once described as his Star Wars.
Whoa.
Thank you for taking this long walk off a short pier with me. So in honor of the film we watched, I'm going to read a quote from you. I need you to tell me if it's from the 2017 film Bright or I made it up. So for today's segment is called Brightburn Notice.
Wow.
First quote.
Yeah.
Once again, here's the rules for people at home. Is this a quote that I made up, or is this from the 2017 film Bright, which once again stars Will Smith,
Joel
and Joel Edgerton, and it's about an orc cop
Is this like movie
and
good?
a cop in Los Angeles that lives in a fairy tale world.
What?
And if you couldn't figure out, it's about racism.
This is one of the movies I kind of was reminded of because when you punch in Brightburn into LB,
It's the first one.
Bright pops up until you add that B at the end.
All right. First quote. Yo, that fairy been all up in my crib, eating up my dog food and shit. I'm about to call the city man. I am the city. All right. You save your dime. Fairy lives don't matter today.
Holy moly.
From the movie, or did I make that up?
I think that's from Bright.
That is a real quote from Bright.
I gotta watch this piece of shit.
When you look an orc in the eye, it's like you're looking into the asshole of a fucking scaly ass alligator. You can't read them, and most of the time you're waiting for the shit to fall out.
Whoa.
From Bright or from me?
I want to say you because I hope you wrote that.
I did write that.
That's good, man. Save that.
Okay. So I need you to take your fat, Shrek-looking ass right back to your vehicle and drive the fuck off to Fiona. All right? Do you want to go to jail?
This is tough. Do they reference Shrek in the film Bright?
It's a question.
I can't imagine they do. I think you wrote that as well.
That's from the movie Bright.
What? Now I really gotta watch this. What is that even? What are the implications there?
A lot.
Is Shrek like JFK in the Bright universe.
He's a hero. Like he's a hero who was assassinated. What if Shrek was in Dealey Plaza in the Bright timeline?
Wait.
Okay.
That's scary.
That's magic right there. That's whatever you want. You want $1 million? You want 10 million? You want to be taller or shorter? Make your dick bigger? You want to go back in time? You want to marry the girl who didn't blow you on prom night? That's how you do it. Right here. From Bright or from me?
That's got to be Bright.
That is Bright.
That sounds like a Landis line.
You ever fired a gun before, Ricky? Only in Call of Duty. This gun got a little more kick. Just like your mama had on me last night. So nut up or shut up, because this is the epic moment that we've been dreaming about.
Holy shit. I really hope that's you.
That is me.
If that was in the movie, I would watch it tonight.
All right. Last one. No holes. Only the holes I was born with. How are your holes? How the fuck can you make a shootout fucking awkward? Sorry.
Is that a line from Bright?
Yeah, that's from Bright.
Oh my god, dude.
Max Landis is Star Wars. Nope.
We should watch Bright.
Sam actually hit pretty good there. Only got like two or three wrong. So that was Brightburn notice, everybody. So Sam, if you had the option, you're walking through your house, you're walking through your farmhouse, and it's late.
It's dark.
Would you, let's say, see the red glow of the Brightburn DVD Blu-ray, and
it's both,
and break it out of the trapdoor? Yeah, it's combo. Or would you lock it up and not let your crazy son get anywhere near that thing?
I would grab the DVD Blu-ray with the digital code, I would assume.
Oh yeah, of course.
Ultraviolet,
whatever it was, yeah.
And I would take it out of the glowing red. I would hold it like Elizabeth Banks, and I would just watch it and let the blood run out of my eyes and my nose, just like Elizabeth Banks in this film. What about you?
So you liked it?
Yeah, no, it's great.
Yeah,
because the movie's so bloody and gory. It's like
you want to embrace it.
Yeah.
I'm opening up that trap door, and I'm listening to my father, and I'm killing the world. I'm taking the world, all for Brightburn.
Take the girl.
It was a pleasant surprise. I guess I thought this one was bad because I think it has like a mixed reaction like from the critics. So I guess kind of assumed that wasn't great.
Why do you think people don't like it?
I think people weren't ready for this nihilistic take. Like I said, like people were not into like a darker take on superheroes at this time.
Yeah, because it comes out. I think I was curious because I was like, "What about the boys?" Like,
I think the same year as the first season, right?
But
yeah, but
I guess people were ready for Huey.
Well, once again, because I feel like the boys is a satire, and that's kind of a
it's more fun.
More fun. This is more nihilistic and dark.
Lame. That's a hint
for next week's episode. Zoolander 2. Thank you everybody for watching. We'll see you next week with next week's episode. Zoolander 2. Two-lander.
And be sure to follow us at shelfwarmers.com on Instagram.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Shelf Warmers. New episodes drop every Wednesday. You can follow us on social media at shelfwarmers.podcast, where you can send us movies to take off the shelf for future episodes.